Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and this is the case KinZua. Now, I have tried the other case knife because, they've recently been trying to come out with a little bit more modern style knives, and this is one of them. I can't remember the name of the other one. The Case Marilla, that's the knife I'm trying to think of. I have tested that one out. Now, this one is similar to that one in a lot of ways. It is USA made. They do have they do have modern materials on it. We have S35VN. Now, this is not titanium. This is actually aluminum. So we have an aluminum frame lock. And then it has a nice big giant steel lock bar insert and over travel stop. You can see it right through there. Now, it has some really good things about it. However, there are some negatives here, and we'll go through them here in a second. But all in all, I think Case is heading in the right track, and I love to see it, especially with USA knives, companies that are doing USA-made knives. I love to see them heading in the direction of getting into modern knives that are very well done. The flipping action on this is perfection. It has amazing action. Super snappy. As soon as you break that detent, this thing flies. I mean, I don't see anybody misfiring this. You might even think it's assisted. It kicks. It really does. One, you have a nice platform to engage the flipper. It's a nice big flipper, nice and comfortable. A little bit of traction on there, but you don't really feel the traction. But it just gives you a nice spot to really pull down on somewhat of a, well, not heavy, but a solid detent, a good detent. And then you can hear it when it clicks back in. That detent is solid. Nice lockup. Even when it's slow rolled, locks up nice and good. It is a solid lockup. It is riding on bearings. Now, the clip is a deep carry clip and reversible. Now, some other things that are good about it before we get to the negative, because I hate to bash it. I don't want to bash it. But, it's a solid knife. The knife, the build quality is there. It's a good build. They just missed the mark on a lot of things considering what other companies are knocking out of the park, right? And that's where it winds up feeling more cheap, I guess. And I don't think it is cheap. I think it's built very well. I just think that there's the little details that make a knife more premium. Like one thing that's a negative. This knife is ground like a pry bar. It is thick. thick. Now, the person that sent it to me said they didn't sharpen it, but somebody did. I'm guessing they got it on the secondary market because I can see a belt edge and a stone edge. So I can see that this was sharpened and then the tip was missed, and I can still see the belt finish from the original factory edge and then where the new edge did not hit. But regardless of that, that has nothing to do with the factory. But I'll say this thing is thick. Very, very thick. The geometry is very poor for cutting. For prying, very good. Good prying geometry here. Not good cutting geometry. Good stabbing geometry, though. Yeah, the blade would do really good. It would definitely make some big wounds if that's what you were looking for. Next thing, the plunge grind. Look at that plunge. You can see where somebody, when they attempted to sharpen it, hit the plunge grind. I mean, you can see it. It's like, I don't know if Buck and Case and some of these USA companies are just they're allergic to good plunge grinds and choils, or what is going on, man? They can't get it for the life of them. Um, Next thing, the flipper tab, man. Big flipper tab. Now, I like the flipper tab if they wouldn't have done this other thing. So it's kind of a twofold. The detent is, look how far away it is from the lock bar. So when you disengage it, look at how far this thing has to travel until it hits that detent ball. See right there, it's hitting it. Look at how far that is. So when I disengage it, I'm hitting the detent every time. It's like nearly impossible for me to disengage it and get past that thing unless if I go away from where they gave me. This is what they gave me to unlock it, right? This is the spot to disengage it. Yeah, I'm going to hit the damn detent. I have to go down here off of it in order to get past because my finger won't fit in there between the flipper tab if I want to just let it drop, right? So I have to get it way down there to do that. Hit it. So that's just annoying. Is that functionally bad? No, but it's annoying. I mean, you could always just disengage it and then, that's how a lot of people are just going to do it anyways. They're just going to wind up closing it with their hand and just pushing past it. But one reason why you want a detent early, just in case for people that don't know, is because the more your tang of the blade hits the detent and pushes past like that, the more chances you have of ripping that detent ball out. You want to be able to disengage and be up on top of it where the detent is riding on the face of the knife, not, hitting the edge, getting pushed right there because it's just, more chances to mess up your detent ball. Now, next thing. The clip. All right. So, man, this is a clip, ain't it? Wow. It is ungodly uncomfortable. I mean, you can imagine. I mean, look at that thing. How could that be comfortable in a hand? Is it possible for that to be comfortable in a hand? I mean, look at that. Oh, it is painfully uncomfortable. Then mixed with this geometry trying to push this thing through something, holy cow, you better wear some gloves. I mean, I'm not trying to be a punk right now, obviously I could get by with it just fine. I would be fine. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but they could have just made a lower clip and flat screws. Why did they have to put big old button screws and then they had to do a 1/2-inch loop over clip instead of just putting a regular loop over clip, putting some flat screws and insetting it. See, those little details is what makes a knife, especially for the USA, if you want to stand out above the crowd, do those little tiny details that make a knife badass or make a knife better than the other, especially when our prices are already more money. I mean, people don't mind paying over, a little bit more for USA made, but we don't want to pay you more for less. Like, there's one thing to pay more and you're getting as good, if not better, or maybe paying a little bit more for equal, but not for less. And in this case, like these little things, man, they just, like in the clip, like yes, that could be bent. It's right in front of this thing. I don't know if that'd be a big deal or not, but it probably would be. I do like that they used big hardware all the way around. That is awesome. I love that it's USA made. I'm not sure if it's a ceramic. It looks like a ceramic detent. No, it looks steel. Never mind. I think it's a steel detent, so I'm guessing it's steel bearings. I'm not going to confirm that. But anyways, all in all, it's still a good knife. Like it functions really good. It's solid. The build quality is good. Well, I mean, it's arguable because all the things I mentioned, you could say that those are negatives against the build quality. But what I mean is it is put together well. The detent is good. It's solid. It's locked up like a vault. The action's amazing. it has so much potential. The blade to handle ratio is weird though. I'm not going to argue about the centering, but look at that blade to handle ratio. So, is that big of a deal? Nah. I think this version comes with a Tonto as well, so that's probably because of that reason. Maybe the Tonto's a little bit different down here. Well, I know it's a little bit different down here with the blade shape, but so maybe that's why it's like that, because I think they use the same handle for two different blade shapes. But anyways, I'm rooting for Case. I really am. I am rooting for them. I want nothing but the best from them. I really, really, truly want to see them succeed. I think, like, just little tiny details, man. If they could just tweak little details, I honestly think that we would be surprised. I wouldn't be. Because I know, if Case put out a heavy hitter, it would be gone. Like, you wouldn't be able to get it on a shelf because it'd be sold out so fast. Not only that, but it would be something that would be sought after. I mean, I could totally see that. I could totally see if they put out just like killer all the way around, just like knocked it out of the park, quality and details and everything. You couldn't keep it on the shelf. I guarantee it. But people are losing more and more and more trust from these companies because they're just not, they're not making it. They're not doing it. They're missing the ball, and over and over and over and over. And this is a knife, like I said in the beginning, though. I think it has so much potential. I think it's in the right direction, and I love to see Case going in the right direction. And I hope to see them continue going that path. And yeah, just some little details, man. And I've always said it, man. I if they reached out to me, man, I would. I guess I shouldn't say that, but I would definitely help them. Give them some little pointers and things like that. But anyways, not that my word matters at all or anything like that. But, I just think that some of these things are very easy. But maybe it's just from my perspective, not theirs. I don't, I can't speak for them or, what their factories and everything look like and their machinery and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, there you guys go. I'm sorry for the huge rant. Love you guys. Peace.